Hey fools, Cameron here. Hello and welcome to Cameron Composes episode 5, I think. And where I'm going into my track Out in the Whispering Woods and writing a 5-6 piece arrangement for this track. And I finished the track 2 years ago, just me and my mandolin. And now I'm coming in and writing all these parts, and I want to bring you along for the journey. So here we can see that last time I went over and did this percussion part. So verse 1 goes to bar 20 here. So bar 20. And you can see that all this, we put this little percussion part in. Simple little beat. Maybe not complete yet, but good enough for now. And then last time I also went in and we started to put the kick drum into the chorus part, which starts at 20, bar 20, the first chorus. Oh, and I don't have Sibelius open. So here I have Sibelius open now, and we're going to go to chorus 1, which I think is at the double bars. Yes, chorus 1. So as you can see, I've already gone in before I even started arranging, and I went in and I put in the figured bass and I wrote in the octave mandolin part. So here we have, starting on C, a 7-3, then it goes down to B, and we have a 4-2 chord. So these are 7th chords, and then a 7-5, so another 7th chord, and then a 5-4, which is another 7th chord. So it's basically just a line of 7th chords that repeats back on C. So what I've decided is that I'm going to write it in this order. I made a little list here. I did the percussion already, so maybe I could put a little X through that, although I haven't gotten it through the entire thing. And then I'm going to do the bass part first, after that violin, cello, and then harp. Okay, so with that, Sibelius. So I'm going to get started on writing a bass line, and I'm going to use the keyboard for this since I don't have a bass. So you can hear that I have a VST bass, which is really quiet for me for some reason. I'd like to have a little more, at least while I'm writing for it, so I can hear it. And I'll turn it back down. But starting on bar 20, am I just going to follow the bass line established by the octave mandolin? I think so, probably. So I'll open up this window here and see on 20, actually looks like I already was fiddling around and did just follow the bass line. As you can see, C, B, A, B is reflected here in this bass part. So C, B, A, B. Let's hear how that sounds like with it really loud.
Out in the alder in that hid and play.
It's easy and it works, and I think with these more complex harmonies, the 7th chords, the bass note and the bass line is very important, so we don't get all muddy and confused. Who knows if I'll come up with something more melodic at some point, but I think this provides a really good ground for all that strange harmony and dissonance happening above it. So yeah, I can't see any reason why I wouldn't just stick with this, following that. So I'm gonna go through this and make sure it's all nice and tidy. I'm gonna write that in and then check with you back after that. So you can see I went through here and I just made sure everything was lined up, and it pretty much just follows the same bass line as the mandolin: C, B, A, B, C, B, A, B, and then cadences on a E. Really low E. I wonder if that's the one that I want. I definitely know I want it to be gentler. Yeah, I think I like that. It's the lowest string on the bass, so it might be fun just to utilize that open string. So yeah, I did that. Oh man, but I didn't put it in here. So I'm gonna do that really quickly. I mean, how easy could that be? C, B, A, B, C, B, A, B, E. Down there. So, yeah, that should be right. And then I'm going to put in I was using the rehearsal marks, as you can see, for the bass notes. So I'm probably going to do that in E minor. That would be, 6, 5, 4, 5. 6, 5, 4, 5, 1. And then, what I just thought of something that would be actually a very good point to do if I'm going to start writing the upper parts, to know actually what the voice is doing, and if the voice is moving between other tones other than 7/3, 4/2, 7/5, if there are other chord tones that are already present that I could use in my violin and cello parts. So I'm going to do that. And and then I'll probably just start on the violin part after that. All right, see you in a sec. So I was loving this as I was doing it. It's very, very fun to see that this is moving. The melody is moving between 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 7, 8, 7, 7, 8, 5. Then it goes again 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 7, 8, 6, 7. It's just following with the bass in 7 and moving between 7 and 8. That's so cool. It's so very cool. But it means also that that there's not really any new tones that I need to worry about when writing the violin part. And I was just jamming out, I think, a couple days ago, and I actually jammed through the verse and into the chorus, and I came up with a cool little figure, which you probably heard when I first played it, but I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to solo it just so you can hear it. And I'm not a violin player, mind you. This is really out of tune. Yeah, and then I just start messing around after that. But I figure like this first part of it, the first bar, actually like feels really nice, especially with that beat. So I'm gonna turn it up and then play it all. See, I like that da 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 little arpeggio. I think I'm gonna work with that. So yeah, writing the violin part now, and I'm gonna cut me tuning it. I'm gonna tune it really quick and then see if my composition process isn't too long to cut or to not cut. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think you get the point. All right, tuning up. I'm back, and you get to hear a little tune. Name this tune. Me, my little mini cello. Name that tune. If you can name that tune, put it in the comments. That would be fun. Okay. Anyways, what was I doing? Oh yeah. So let's figure out what that figure is. So it's B G A B A B G A B A. So I'm gonna write that in. I guess I'll go into the MIDI. It's like there we go. Let's see if I could put some of that in there.
Out in the alder.
So I'll probably quantize that because it's off. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is after I have this all written out, I have the pattern at least, and I'm just gonna alter it to the chord that I want. E, G, A, B, A, G. We have E, G, A, B, A, G. And those, how are these fitting in this chord over a C? Oh, it's just kind of following the chord a little bit. It's going. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, I like that. This is great. When you get good feelings while writing, you know you're going in the right direction. Let's see. And then when we get down to the A, we need a 7 and a 5. Then we have the 5/4 actually now. Ooh, so this is tough. What do I do? Do I include the F in there? So this is where I'm a little bit stumped, but you got to see a little bit of the process of my questioning. I'm gonna fiddle around with this a little bit and pause and let you know what I come up with. All right, see you in a little bit. A couple funny things have happened. So I went in and I wrote that all in, and I realized that it turns out that I really thought this was a mini cello, and I thought this was an E, when actually it's a B. So I'm gonna take all this that I just did, which I don't really like. Here, you can listen to it. I don't like it.
Out in the alder night lives and plays.
It's okay, but I'm gonna put the real tones in here, and then I'm gonna mess around with it in the same way that I messed around with the E, G, A, B. And who knows, perhaps a combination of the two might result in something pretty cool. So we'll see. See you in a sec. Back to the instrument here, and I think I ended up getting a more intuitive movement. So I'm thinking. So if I can remember that, I'm gonna write that in and go with that for right now. All right. Oh, when in doubt, always grab the acoustic instrument. It's good to feel something. You might get lost in all this stuff. Oh, look at me trying to give advice. All right, pausing. Hey, so that took me a little bit, but turns out I was playing F naturals, I realized during that whole time. If you hear, like with an F natural, this whole progression that we're doing, it sounds wrong. But once I put the F sharps in there, it sounds right suddenly. So figuring that out helped, and also doing it the way that I was actually playing it. I think I figured out something that sounds pretty good. So here I'm gonna try to play it for you. Why don't I just bring the mic down too, so you can hear the violin better. Whoa, that's a lot farther down than I thought, but it works.
Out in the alder night lives and
with that out of tune note at the end there. You get the point though. I think that sounds nice. See the bass, of course, the bass notes in this. The top figure can always stay there because it's really centering around this E, which is in all of the chords anyways, which is why it can continue to play. But the bass notes do have to change depending on the chord, or else it just sounds not so good. So I'm pretty happy with that. And you know, I'm guessing I'm probably running on 10 minutes right now, and I think that's a pretty good length for one of these episodes. Also, it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna go eat lunch, and I feel pretty stoked on this part. Pretty happy with it. I'm just gonna put in Sibelius and eat some lunch. All right, and I'll catch you guys next time. This was Cameron Composes Extra Cool Stuff, episode 5, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you know the name of that Irish tune, also put that in the comments. And if you have any other thoughts or ideas, I'm also definitely looking for constructive criticism on making these episodes more engaging, more fun, better for you watching it. Certainly don't want to make these long, droning, boring videos. So really looking for constructive criticism on what you'd like to see, what you'd like to see more of, what you'd like to see less of. Please let me know down below. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Softly